Welcome to the show, y'all. I am your host, Karan Pierre, and we're going to be talking about why I believe in my heart, mind, body, and soul that this Knicks team is primed to go on a major run. So tell a friend that we are live. We got the revenge tour aspect, a couple of games that we owe people. Will the Knicks bounce back in those games? We also got a really good record against sub 500 teams. Now, there's been some issues, or people think there's issues between Mike Brown and Towns. And do we have turmoil in the locker room? Man, listen, we're going to talk about a couple of different things, but I want to let you know, I genuinely believe that this Knicks team is prepared to go on a major run. So let's talk about it. Welcome to the show. I am your host, Karan Pierre, the Objective Fan, and I'm straight out of Kings County, New York City's finest, and you know the vibes. Tell a friend that we live, man. I'm on a new platform, so I wanted to do another show. I wanted to do a test show, but it's still going to be a good show. Big time salute to Self, our sponsor. You know how we get down. You can check them out in the link tree. We'll talk more about that a little bit later. We also added to the link tree promo packages. People that will be interested in collabs, ad rotations, the business spotlight. If you're interested in that stuff, all you got to do is hit the link tree as well. Big time salute to everybody in the building early. I see you, Mellow Mike. I see you, David Smith. Let me know if there's any audio challenges, especially when we get to the calls, because I'm trying something completely new out for the first time. But hopefully everything looks good. I see, man, we coming with the fire already. Listen, I know we got the football game, so I'm not going to take too much time. I'm gonna kick this off. I'm gonna go into research mode. I want you guys to think in a more optimistic way this show. Last night we did a post-game call-up show, and it kind of went to hell because guys were upset, and rightfully so. This team has dropped the ball, and we 2 games out of the play-in. 2 games out of the play-in is crazy to me. But look at the team that's creeping right now. The next team, there's 2 teams I'm looking at: Orlando Magic, but the Cleveland Cavaliers. I think the Cleveland Cavaliers are going to go on a major run. Okay. Especially if they can get Garland back healthy. I'm not sure when the hell Strus is coming back, but be on the lookout for those 2 teams, but definitely Cleveland. So this is the perfect time for us to get on our A game. We had a very tough schedule. We lost to some good teams. We lost to some bad teams as well, but we lost to a team in Sacramento that is one of the hotter teams in the league right now. They got 4 wins. They're on a 4-game winning streak, 4-6 in the last 10 games. They're tied with I think I see Denver. So they're tied with Denver for the biggest win streak in the game. Not trying to cap and make excuses. I'm just saying Sacramento, they were playing some good basketball. And so we definitely will, I believe, bounce back. Salute to everybody. If you tuned in on Facebook as well, I'm also live on Facebook. I appreciate all you people for rocking with me, trying something different. And next time I'm gonna also go live on TikTok as well. So I'm looking to expand the TikTok. But like I said, I really believe that this Knicks team is primed for a pretty a good run. Now let me explain why. I'm gonna show you something. Bam. So you see this here? This is what we have up and coming for the next 9 games. I'm focused on the next 9 games. Okay. Right before we get to Detroit. And no, this Detroit game. Okay. And so I honestly believe that we have some favorable games that we could win during this stretch. I honestly wouldn't be surprised if we could go on anywhere between a 4 to 5 to 6 game winning streak. I think this team is built different than last year's team, but I think sometimes the stretch has to become favorable. I'm gonna keep it real because I'm doing my scouting report on Dallas. I just started on them, and they're not playing good basketball. The Dallas Mavericks in their last 10 games, they went 5-5. They still got a negative differential. They did win 2 games in a row, to be fair, but they're still a sub 500 team. I'm gonna take our odds against currently we're 16-2. I think that we can get Dallas at home, right? Now, yes, we did lose to Atlanta. I understand that at home, but we lost to Sacramento on the road. Dallas, even though they're 5-5 and they won the last 2, I think the last 2 games they won was against Utah. I'm actually in the process of watching one of those. I'm not going to watch both of those Utah games, but Utah is terrible. Utah's 2 of their last 8. They lost their 3 games in a row, and they're minus 8.3. I mean, that doesn't impress me. But who did Dallas lose to before they beat the? Let's pull up Dallas really quickly. Look at their schedule. They beat the Jazz, lost to the Nuggets, beat the Nets, lost to the Bulls, lost to the Jazz. I think we could get Dallas, yo. It's all smoke and mirrors. This is why you got to also watch the games. You can't just go by just what the menu says, and you got to be in tune with what's going on. I think Dallas is definitely a winnable game. I think Brooklyn. Do we even have to look at Brooklyn? Sometimes I take a peek at Brooklyn just to laugh. But they're 2-8. They did win their last game, but I mean, minus 4.9. They're a team that I'm not concerned about. So how can we at least come to a consensus? Can we at least come to a consensus that the Knicks can win the next 2 games? The next 2 games, whether or not Hart or Brunson could play. Speaking of Hart and Brunson, we did get some good news about them. Mike Brown, he spoke about both players during the game last night, and he said, was there any concern about Brunson's ankle sprain? No, he's day to day. Josh Hart, he says he's just a little sore, so they're going to be cautious. So those guys will be back during this stretch. Honestly, if they didn't play the next 2 games against Dallas and Brooklyn, I wouldn't be mad. But these guys will be back by Philadelphia. You can bet your bottom dollar on it. As far as Philadelphia is concerned, in terms of revenge tours games, we are 5-3. Revenge tour games are games that we get the lick back. We're a solid team when it comes to getting the lick back. I know we're currently on the 3-game losing streak. But prior to this 3-game losing streak and losing a disappointing game to Sacramento, we did beat the Portland Trail Blazers. We beat them. Okay? And it was in Portland. So I'm taking our record. I'm taking my 16-2 record against sub 500 teams this season. And I think I'm going to ride that wave throughout this next 9-game stretch. And I'm going to automatically give those games a win. Now, as far as the Philadelphia 76er game, I want to talk a little bit about Philadelphia. I'm in the process of doing my scouting report on Philadelphia as well. But just to get a brief look at them from a distance, they're 6-4 in their last 10 games, and they lost their last 2 games. I understand. I think they probably got like 2 more games before they see us, and I'll be watching those next 2 games. They got the Pacers, which is, the Pacers are a bottom feeding team. And I think they got the Pacers, and I'm going to tell you who else they got. And Phoenix, then Houston, then New York. Okay? So they got a little gauntlet stretch. I know Phoenix is going to push them to the limits, but they lost 2 games in a row to Cleveland. I saw some highlights from the Cleveland game. I got to watch this game. I'm going to watch one. I'm definitely, when I get to scout in Detroit, Philadelphia. I will watch these Cleveland games. But look at who they beat. They beat some lowly teams on the way. They did beat Orlando, but that was before Franz Wagner was there. You know what I'm saying? They lost to Denver in overtime. I'm not sure if that was without Jokic. And they beat us. So this is a team, ever since they beat us, they pretty much have gone 500, or just under 500. They've gone 3-4 since they beat us. Not playing their best basketball. They also got some tough touches right before they see us, Phoenix and Houston. I'm telling y'all, I think we could get the Philadelphia 76ers. And who knows if Joel Embiid will be there, and, Mitchell Robinson has to perform. But just looking at the landscape, of course, we're not trying to be complete box score warriors, but we're just trying to get an idea for the competition that we're getting ready to see on this upcoming stretch. Then, of course, y'all already know about the Sacramento Kings. They're playing really good basketball, but they're still not a good team. I still don't have no faith, nor do I have any belief in the Sacramento Kings, right? So that's just where I'm at with that. Big time salute to everybody in the building. If you want your message to be read on the stream, definitely, as I said in the chat, you can hit the Cash App. Okay, $ that the objective fan. Hold on, let me get up out of here. $ dot the objective fan. I keep saying dot. Is this $ the objective fan? Or you can hit the link tree, which is also pinned in the chat, and it's also pinned in the description. Okay, so you guys can check out the link tree as well. But I'm still taking you guys down this list of games, and I think we can go on a run. I think, honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if we beat Philly and go on a 3-game run. Now, I'm more concerned about Sacramento than I am Philadelphia. I would keep it real. I'm a little bit more concerned about Sacktown because I feel like Sacktown might go on a run. If we let's pull up their little bit of games just to, get a brief synopsis of where they are in their journey. They're playing good basketball because they beat good teams. They didn't just beat us. They beat some good teams. Okay? But then look at all the losing they did early on. Damn, they did a lot of losing. But, they beat Houston, they beat LA, and, Washington's not a good team. So they beat 3 good teams, 3 above 500 teams. They got Portland tonight. We'll see how that goes. Miami, okay. I don't know. Miami could be sometimes an up and down team. Toronto, all right. That's a test. Cleveland is definitely a test, and Detroit. So, yeah, I'll be monitoring Sacramento to see how they do on their little East Coast run. I could see them getting cooked in a lot of these games, especially on the road. But at the same time, they're playing good basketball, and they just got Sabonis back. So, we'll see what the deal is with Sacramento. As far as, hold on, I just want to see something. Yo, that Caldwell kid, because I didn't see this game, and I see Caldwell. Hold on. How's Caldwell leading the team in rebound? Oh, they bring Sabonis off the bench. Okay, I didn't even know. Okay, I didn't even know that. Okay, I knew he was back, but I didn't know they bring him off the bench. Okay, that's why. I'm like, damn, how the Caldwell kid average more rebounds than Sabonis? That's wild, man. But big time salute to everybody in the chat. I just wanted to do a nice little test show to see what's up. There's more, but I'm hoping y'all see what I'm seeing. I know we look bad. I know we want to point to the locker room issues, right? I get it, but there's a chance to redeem ourselves this season. And I truly believe it's coming. I told you how good we are in revenge games. I think we're going to bounce back fine. But I got some more for you guys, and I'm going to get into it. I'm going to get into the rest of the things that I would like to share after these messages.
Quick shout out to one of our partners, South. A lot of people don't realize how much your credit impacts your real life options, where you can live, what you can drive, even the kind of opportunities you can access. Self is a platform designed to help you build and strengthen your credit in a smart, structured way. It's not about quick fixes, it's about turning consistency into leverage. Whether you're rebuilding, starting fresh, or just trying to put yourself in a stronger financial position, Self gives you tools to help create real financial structure over time. If improving your credit and setting up your financial foundation is one of your goals this year, check out Self through the link in the description. Self. Build your credit, build your options.
Definitely check out the Linktree/The Objective Fan. And it'll provide financial tools for long-time positioning. All you got to do is go to Linktree. It's right there at the top. Make it simple. Everything that I got going on, if you want to know, Linktree. Okay. And then you'll be able to see everything, man. But to bring it back to where I was at, with Sacramento, they got a nice little challenge coming up. I don't want to put injuries on them, but they are a team that, definitely gets their fair share of injuries. And you just don't know what type of Sacramento team you're going to get. But one thing I am concerned about is that Sabonis will be Sabonis by the time we see them. So how we do against Sabonis to me will be telling. And if we do drop a game in these first 4 games, I think it'll be to the Sacramento Kings. Again, unfortunately. But to keep it moving, after Sacramento, we got Toronto. Honestly, Toronto is a team that's right there. They're just sticking there. They're a team that, it's interesting to see how they operate. I don't know. I just feel like they've been a 4th place team for a while now. They've been holding on to this 4th place spot. Plus 1.7. I don't really have the faith. I don't have the faith in Toronto. I know RJ Barrett's been in and out the lineup, but that's RJ Barrett. It's not Darius Garland. It's not Franz Wagner. It's RJ Barrett. Not that I'm making excuses for the Cavaliers and the Orlando Magic. I just feel as though I take them a little bit more serious than Toronto. We already beat Toronto 2 games already. I believe it was 1 in Toronto and 1 in New York. Or were they both? No, they both. No, yeah, 1 in New York and 1 at Toronto. Yeah, so I think that they're up for the taking. I consider that a win, And if you want to look at, of course, this is really far out, so you can't really scout for a team this far out in terms of who's going to play and who's not going to play. But, they already got RJ as out, but his estimated dates back. Yeah, so RJ might be there. There's a good chance RJ and Quickly and Portal and Walter, these are all of their top guys will be there. So we'll be going up against a Toronto Raptor team that is going to, bring their A game. So, it'll be an interesting matchup. Right now, ESPN's leaning towards Toronto. I don't have no faith in Toronto. I don't. I think we could beat Toronto. I also think we could beat Portland. Portland, they're a solid team, but, they have a lot of holes in their game. One, I don't know if Avnia is going to be back. We'll keep an eye out for Avnia. He's playing point guard for them. He does their everything. But at the same time, they're kind of inconsistent. And I feel as though when you talk about the Portland Trail Blazers, they're a team that's teetering on 500, but they can't get over the hump. Every time they make great progress, they get injuries. But right now, it looks like they're going to get all their guys back besides Thibault. No, Thibault could be there January 26th. Okay. So Thibault might be there. And the other Murray brother might be there. Okay. So they have their full squad. Not counting Dame Lillard. So they might be a little bit more of a challenge. But once again, a team teetering on 500. Will they beat 500 by the time they get to us? I don't know. I don't got a crystal ball. But I mean, we already beat them. I don't think that they're a hard team to beat. Like, I don't really think they present those challenges for us. Drew Holiday was there, who also, he kind of gives Brunson some fits. And that's per Brunson's own words. But I don't really know how to feel about those guys. Let me back up. Let me back out of here. Am I stuck? Oh, okay. All right, good. So that's the Portland. The Lakers play no defense, y'all. The Lakers have one of the worst defenses in basketball. When Reeves and LeBron and Luka are all together, they're also not the most prolific. I'm not really concerned about the Los Angeles Lakers. I'm gonna keep it real with y'all. Let me show y'all something about them. I saw when they got cooked by the Sacramento Kings. And, they're the only team in the top 6 of the West. I think Phoenix is going to pass them, by the way. But they're the only team that's in the top 6 or tied right now for the top 6 that has a negative differential. And that's because they can't stop anybody. Okay? Look at their opponent's points per game. The opponent, they're giving up one extra point than what they score point game. They're a decent scoring team. Even that, I wouldn't say they're the best offensive team in basketball, but they're no slouches defensively. I mean, offensively. The problem is defensively. They get cooked. They can't stop nobody. Ayton is looking like he's all right, but he's not, he's not real. Like he's all right. Ayton is all right. Don't get that twisted. I'm not trying to take a dump on Ayton, but, at the same time, it is what it is at this point. But big time salute to everybody in the chat. I think I'm going to get to the phone lines in a minute. But okay, yeah, I keep forgetting on Streamlabs I could do stuff like this. If you want your message on the screen, all you got to do support the movement, and I'll get it up on the screen and I'll read exactly what you're saying. This is cool. I got to get used to StreamYard, and I will. But yeah, that's my Laker take, man. I mean, will we win the game? I say we have a good chance, And then Washington, I'm taking our odds on Washington, even though we're going to Washington. That's still kind of like a home game. I want to say I forgot to add we are going to Toronto, but we won in Toronto already, right? So that's another reason why I think we could beat Toronto. As far as the Denver Nuggets is concerned, this game could be a problem. Hold on, let me go back. This game against Denver could be a problem because I think Jokic will be back, and he might be back into his prime form. Let me just see what the estimate of his return is. February 1st, and this game will be the 4th year. So, okay, you might get, there's a good chance Jokic doesn't play in this game, now that I think about it. February 1st, and we see them on the 4th. That's what, 3 days recovery time for Big Jokic? I don't know about that. Y'all. What do y'all think about that? You think Jokic, he will be able to make that trek back? Because even if he comes back, that's going to be his second game back. He might be just cooked. To be honest, I don't know. But yeah, that's my that's my Denver take. And by the way, too, like a lot of these teams we seeing, I didn't really go into this. They're either really good defensively and like subpar offensively. Like the Lakers, they're really good offense. I'm not gonna say really good. I'm gonna say they're stronger on offense than they are on defense. And we do really good against bottom 20 defenses and bottom 20 offenses. Like Sacramento, they're bottom 20 offense and defense, right? I'm taking us for that. Philadelphia, hold on, really quickly. I can't remember what Philadelphia is prolific in. I think it's defense. Hold on, I'm gonna pull it up because I don't like to just make up stuff on the mic. This is why I stay in research mode. Because we got to make sure we we get this right. And once again, I'm new to StreamYard, so I'm working on it. I'm gonna get it right. I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna maximize my abilities on this platform. But as far as the 76ers is concerned, okay, look, they're not even, they're bottom 20 defense and bottom 20 offense, right? So yeah, I mean, anytime we go up against these teams, bottom 20 offense, we're 22-12. Bottom 20 defense, we're 19-9. We just have success against these bottom feeding teams. It's a fact. Now, we did lose a couple of games, like we lost to Sacramento, we lost to Phoenix, who's a bottom 10 offense. Okay. But they are top 10 defense. Okay. And we are currently 6-8 against top 10 defenses. So to add that to the fold, a lot of these teams, they're bottom 20 in both. So let's pull up the Lakers while we're here. I know off the top of the head, the Lakers is top 3 worst defense, but let's pull up the offense. Let's pull up the offense for the Lakers. I know they score a good amount, but scoring is not just what offensive rating is about. But they do got a top 10 offense. Okay. So when we go up against the Lakers, we are currently 3-4 against top 10 offenses. So it'll be interesting to see how we fare there. And Washington sub 500 team, we smoked them. So what I'm gonna do now, let me jump out of research mode, and let me do this other tweak, because I want you guys to call up. Let me just see some. 646-995-8389. I'm gonna get ready to take calls. I'm gonna try to get the number on the screen. I don't know why I don't see it, but the number is in the chat, and the is in the chat and in the description. 646-995-8389. I'm gonna get the number on the screen. I just don't know. Oh, well, I'm on StreamYard. Hold on. Let me add a banner on StreamYard. I could do that. So tonight when we do Knicks Nocturnal, it's going to be a vampire show. So if you're a vampire, we're going to be up late tonight. We got some topics. We're going to be talking about the collaboration. How has the collaboration been between Brown and Leon Rose in these last 10 games? What say you? What do you think that was like? The collaboration between Towns and Brown. All right, let me as I'm getting this number on the screen, let's jump into these messages.
Most basketball fans watch games and talk loud, but they're not really seeing anything. They're reacting. They're repeating what they heard. They're not analyzing. They're not breaking it down. You want to be different? 82 Nights. Over 200 pages where you document what you actually see. Break down rotations, track patterns, game to game, highlight the players making moves. When you put it on paper, you start seeing what actual fans miss. Your predictions improve, your insights get sharper, your basketball understanding jumps. You stop sounding like everyone else and you start speaking from knowledge. That's what this channel is about. That's what 82 Nights is about. Link in chat, elevate your game now.
Definitely check out the link tree to get your copy of the 82 Nights, the official basketball intelligence system, so you can expand your basketball knowledge beyond the horizon. As far as the number, bam, 646-995-8389. Call up and tell me, Karan, you bugging out. I don't think we're gonna go on a run. What I did this show was just show you the level of the competition we're facing, and just give you some other stats that show that, hey, there's a good chance we could get these games. Teams got injuries to Jokic and major players. Teams have been struggling themselves. Teams, they've been beating teams that are not that good. flooding their win streaks. So, call up and let me know your thoughts. Of course, the 3-minute call rule is in effect. And big time salute to Maxine. She said become a channel member for exclusive content not fit for YouTube. That's a fact. Definitely. Join the channel. I appreciate you. And also, big time salute to my man Roland. He said, "You're a great dude, my great brother. I appreciate you, man. Big time salute to you for that. Big time salute for you." And then let me see what else she's saying. Okay, cool. I'm learning. It's cool that I finally, because with the other platform I was using, I couldn't show the chats on the screen. So, now this will improve. So, when you guys are sitting in them chats, and I'll get them up on the screen, 100%. Oh, okay. You can start important comments so you can discuss them during the show. Okay. Oh, all right, cool. I didn't even notice because it's been a minute since I used StreamYard. All right. I'm digging it, man. I'm digging it. I think also, another thing too, I think that's going to happen, y'all. I think Jalen Brunson's getting ready to go on a crazy tear. I just feel like Jalen Brunson is going to unlock his inner Mamba mentality. And I really do believe that he's going to take his game to another level. And I think we're going to ride that wave, and he's going to inspire everyone else. I truly believe that. I think that captain is due for another nice run. I mean, he hadn't had a game under 20 points since I think it was the November or something like that. Hold on, I'm gonna tell you. Hold on, let me stat check myself. Stat check. Let me stop sharing that. All right, cool. Wow. So Jalen Brunson, the last time he had under 20 points was December 2nd. That was against the Boston Celtics. And of course, we don't count the Sacramento game. I'm talking about when he actually played in the game. Sacramento, he got hurt in the first quarter. So he would have had 20 that game, but he got hurt. So I'm not counting that for the record. But I need to know how you guys are feeling, man. Am I crazy? Do you guys think I'm bugging out? I don't think I'm bugging out. I think I'm on the money because, I have no faith in Toronto. I think Philadelphia can be beat. I don't think Philadelphia is this great monster. I think the Los Angeles Lakers, they don't play no defense. So I'm definitely not scared of the Los Angeles Lakers at all. As far as the Denver Nuggets, Jokic will be back just for one game. This will be Jokic's first game back. Now, he could cook us, but, it's going to be very hard to cook us, man. It's going to be very hard to cook us. I'm going to keep it real. And if you guys don't see the number, let me get the banner back up. 646-995-8389. Okay. I see a couple of people agreeing with me in the chat. Yeah, okay. We're going to go on a run. Okay. I know some of y'all think the locker room, there's issues in the locker room. I'm leaning toward, there could be. We don't know. We're not there. So you can't say with no confidence either way, but I will say I do believe that the tension is based on losing. I don't think guys have beef to the point where, there's a problem like, oh, we don't want to play with each other. I think that the issue is that, they're not performing to the level they're performing at. So everybody's just frustrated with that. And it appears that it'll be that way. Hold on. Massey's telling me my stream is lagging. Hold on. Is my stream lagging? Let me just double check something. Stream lagging. Nah, I look good over here. Okay. Yeah, I gotta keep messing with this. I gotta try to get this right. And like I said, by tonight, it'll be more where I needed to be. Damn. Okay. Damn. Man. So a lot of y'all thinking that there is locker room issues, huh? You know what? Tonight we'll talk about pending locker room issues. We'll get into that tonight. I don't know. You know what else I want to talk about tonight? I want to talk about the collaboration. Hold on. Oh, the video's still lagging? I don't know why the video's lagging. Hold on. Let me try something else. Video's lagging. I don't know. That's wild. Hold on. I do got my first call. Now I need y'all to let me know if y'all can hear the call. Hello, caller. Let the people know your name and where you calling from.
Mellow Mike from Jersey.
How's it going, Mellow Mike, man? How do you feel? Do you think I'm bugging?
Well, what I see so far, like I've mentioned before, it's a tall order for these guys. I know you have mentioned about Jalen Brunson making a comeback and things are going to turn itself around. The way I see it is that those days I leave for like in the mid 80s with Bernard King when they had no team. These guys are good enough to do without Jalen Brunson, Josh Hart, because we seem to be missing important guys of the starting team. But with that being said, still we have enough talent to get the job done.
Right.
To complete this mission. The issue is that we're not complying on the offensive end and defensive end as far as our assignments. We can't execute an offensive play with ease. We leave holes, especially on the perimeter. And these things are very alarming because as low as, let's say, Dallas, I believe they're 17-26, I think it is the record. I was looking at it. Yeah. 395 winning percentage. Mm-hmm. Look, it looks like, oh, wow, that should be an easy win. But it always seems not with the Knicks. Everything's a challenge, and especially now. So our confidence level, I believe, especially with the fan base, is very low. We feel like, you know what? Anybody can come in there because everybody likes to get up for the New York Knicks.
That's true.
So these teams, that you mentioned, Los Angeles Lakers, regardless of what they're going through, whether we're in LA or at home, they love to play at MSG.
That's bad.
And when I went to the game? When I went to go see the NBA Cup trophy, we got smoked there too. Should have won, but then again, they got exposed. Edgecombe and Maxey running us fast and furious. Those two players giving us the business.
Yeah.
So everybody's on the hive right now. I believe is doing a couple of things, going to their strengths, either playing us to our weaknesses, stepping up to us. Maybe the teams are going to step up to us even more, challenge us even more, physically, to see listen, the Phoenix Suns got away with it. Let's do the same thing, or whatever alternative measures they have, in store for us. They're gonna give us the business. So Dallas should be an easy victory, but I'm optimistic right now. I have no confidence right now with this team. I'm very concerned with this team. Very concerned.
Wow. So okay. I hear you, and you're right. Teams get up for us. I mean, they always give us our best shot. Devin Booker was out. He missed a game against Detroit, and then now, boom, he's back against us. So, it always seems to be that way, that teams get up for us. But part of my rationale is I think Jalen Brunson, one, is going to go on a crazy run. Two, the Lakers can't do what Phoenix does. Phoenix is a top 10 defense. They're number 1 in steals, number 3 in forcing turnovers. This is what Phoenix does every night. All they do, they get steals and shoot threes. That's what Phoenix does every night. The Lakers don't do that at all. The Lakers give up threes. So a lot of teams are now going to be able to mirror what Phoenix did to us defensively, right? Now, we, of course, have our issues on defense from the three-point line. We have an issue guarding the three-point defense. But I think, honestly, I think that with a lighter schedule, and I'm including Philadelphia into that mix, and even the Lakers, like I said, I think the Lakers are going downhill. I think we could get a run. So based on these 9 games, Mike, what do you think our record would be? If you could just hypothetically, I know we can't predict the future, but what do you think our record will be?
It might be 2 to 3 wins, maybe. Yeah, it's a tough. I think it's a tough road for the New York Knicks, even with Jalen Brunson. Listen, Jalen can throw a 40-piece, a 30-piece, whatever he's going to bring to the table. It's not about bringing the star or Captain Clutch to the lineup here. It's about the mindset of the team. What's going on that bench? From the starter all the way to the last guy on the bench. This team as a whole. It's a mental thing with these guys. So, again, I know we want to discuss that and maybe later on, but
yeah,
that's just a very big thing with this team right now, and this is affecting them. For a while now, it's just now caught up and it's getting ugly, really ugly. We expected a bounce back last night, and instead, we got smacked. And I'm tired of getting embarrassed, with teams that we should be able to beat and we can't beat. And yesterday or last night, I should say, was supposedly, let's get back on the saddle, guys. Let's get this victory. We're home, and word was out there. This is very concerning if we lose, and sure enough, we lost. So you know what happens when we lose, Karan? The media goes in a frenzy. A lot of stuff goes on the tabloids. Where do we point the finger at? Is it the coach? Is it the team?
Right.
Right? So this is the whole topic of discussion. Yeah, my answer to you is 2 to 3 wins, and I'm concerned about those wins as well. I'm very concerned.
Wow, man.
Not my expectation level, and when we was on that panel earlier in the year, with Fritz and Ron, we talked about winning percentage, right? What do we think is the golden number? And I said it. I said 60. Well, we're not going to reach that goal.
That's not
right. Right. So right now, I have to hope and pray that we make the playoffs. But again, it's very, very scary. But at the same time, yesterday's channel member, was it APAP, made his comment. I'm right with him. I know we sound like we're joking, but at the same time, it's like,
it's a real
what
concern.
else can we lead to? Right.
I got you, Mike. Mike, I appreciate you, my brother. Always look forward to your calls. Always great insight, man. Thank you for calling, Mike. I appreciate you, brother.
No problem. A salute to the guys in the chat as well. Thank you, Karan.
You're welcome, man. My man, Mellow Mike. Damn, I was hoping I could convince y'all. I see somebody put 0-9 in the chat. Damn, we're going to go 0-9. I'm going to keep it up on the screen so we can really analyze it. I want to know, 646, hold on, let me get the numbers back up there. 646-995-8389. I want to know, what are we going? Are we going, 2-9, 2-7, 3-6? I think we could go 7-2. I really want to say 8-1. I believe we can go 8-1. But I think one of the losses will come between Sacramento, Philly, and maybe Denver. Maybe Denver. The rest of those teams, Portland, Toronto. Maybe Toronto might get us too on the low, if you want to add Toronto to the list. But all the rest of these teams, to me, are food. Like, you got to play defense to beat the Knicks. Like if you can't play defense, if defense is not your strong suit, eventually the Knicks are going to get buckets, and you're not going to be able to contain the wave, because we're still one of the top scoring teams in the league. So when this team gets going, man, I'm telling y'all, believe it or not. But yeah. And I agree with my man. He said the vibes is extremely low. I agree. The vibes are low. And that's why I did this show, because I wanted to pick you guys up. I really wanted to be give you guys a nice pickup because I'm not just saying this because I'm not delusional at all. I'm saying this based on that I watch all of these teams. I watched them all. Some of them I hadn't seen in a while, but I watch all of these teams, and I'm very confident in our abilities to beat these guys. Like I said, the 76ers, they're not a top 10 defense, nor are they a top 10 offense. We fare well against those teams overall. Do we lose games like that? Of course. But we fare well against those teams, right? And Sacramento, we owed them. So, I'm curious to see what you guys think, man, about this stuff. 646-995-8389. And yeah, man, we talking Knicks on the Sunday, man. Level-headed Knicks talk. Let me see what Maxine talking about. Okay. Definitely, if you guys would like any sponsor ads, you can check out the free check out the sponsor ad with the free credit builder. Access your credit repair services. All you got to do is click the link in the chat and check out Self Financial Tools for Long-Term Positioning. All right. Definitely check that out. I appreciate that. The greatest executive producer in America, the great Maxine. Yeah. You know what? I wish I had a moment I could reference right now. I mean, there are moments I could reference. Last season when Brunson was out, we had a really tough patch. We lost 6 games out of 10. But this team was a little bit more resilient than this year's. Last year's team was a little bit more resilient. Like, they had their stretches. They had multiple stretches where they lost 3 games in a row. Multiple, right? Never 4 games in a row. And this team was also pretty good in, revenging losses, right? Of course, there are stretches where they lost 2 games at a time, but not this bad. Not this bad. Not this bad. And even those last couple of games they lost during that last 3-game losing streak, that took place towards the end of the season when, guys are just trying to stay healthy for the postseason. Nobody's really caring about that. Then we had that one stretch when we lost to Oklahoma, Chicago, Orlando, but then we came back against Toronto. Before that, we won 9 games in a row. Last year's team. But this is our moment to do it. This is our moment to do what we did last year and to at least push us ahead of where last year is. By the way, salute to the people on Facebook as well. You're watching this on Facebook. Definitely get it going. I'm gonna be streaming from as much platforms as I can. I even just created a Twitch platform too. I'm gonna be going live on Twitch too. Yeah, we're gonna be all over. We taking over all over the social landscape to get this message out here, this level-headed Knicks talk message out here that, it ain't the end of the world. Season's not over. But I will say this. If we don't do well during this stretch, we might be in trouble because it gets harder after this. Then the stretches become a little bit more tedious. Like you got a little bit more tough. Like you got Detroit, you got Philly, you got Boston, you got Detroit again. The stretch, again, Houston. It gets a little harder after this. San Antonio, Oklahoma City, Denver. So you got to get these wins in now, right? So even if you go through a stretch, it's not bad. But yeah, definitely continue hitting the likes and the love button on Facebook. I love to see Facebook in the building. And yeah, right now we're going to be multi-streaming between Facebook and YouTube and all of the other platforms. Big time salute. Yeah, I'm the objective fan, man. Listen, during the post game shows, we allowed to be upset. We could talk our talk, venting. That's what these shows is for, But when you wake up the next day, it's not that bad. It is not that bad, man. But yeah, I guess we'll end it here. Listen, man, this was a powerful show. I appreciate you guys for tuning in. And I got a little kinks to work out with StreamYard, but we'll be back. and we're gonna have another show tonight. Oh, hold on, I do got a caller. Hold on the way out before we get up out of here. Hello, caller. State your name and where you calling from.
What's up, brother? Killer B. Born and raised in Brooklyn.
Killer B, okay.
Getting fat in Miami now.
Nice. A lot of us moved to Miami, man. We pretty much took Miami over. How you feeling, brother?
Bro, I'm in paradise over here. You guys are stuck with the Democrats out there,
yes.
Bro.
Oh, my God, man. But, yo, talk to me. Let's talk about these Knicks, man.
Bro, let's break it down, and then we'll figure out the numbers of the rest of the season.
Okay. So how do you feel about this 9-game stretch? Am I tripping? Should I be, should we be happy? What's up? What do you think?
Let's not even get to that right now. Let's first look into the core and see what's going on right now with the team.
Okay.
It's obviously, if you look a little bit further behind us, obviously it started with Cat. And his numbers started diminishing. You can see it was already causing some issues there.
Yeah.
And then you see that's where it's beginning. That's where it's starting from. That negativity, that softiness. I'm sorry to say it. I love Cat because I think he's an insane talent. And this is why it gets me so upset, because he could be incredible, this kid. If he came out like a lion every time, every game, instead of the little pussycat, we would have a totally different team. And we wouldn't even be talking about anything else. This is definitely, as is right now, this is a championship team without a doubt. If everybody was on the right head, eye of the tiger, and coming out like lions. But that's not the case. We got softies. We got Cat soft, Mikal is soft. Brunson, I wouldn't trade Brunson. I don't care for anybody in the league. I don't care who it is. This guy is a champ, my favorite Knick of all time. I don't care. He can do whatever he needs to do. I don't care about no defense. Forget about that. This guy is a legend, a living legend. He can do whatever he wants because he can take this team. He's the one that's actually taking this team to the promised land.
Okay.
But the bottom line is this. If in the next 2 weeks, Mikal and Cat aren't shipped out for Giannis, then from there on, I think it's going to be a different head for Cat. You'll see a little flip. And you know how the Knicks usually are mid-season. This comes around, At least it comes around now. They figure it out. And then they start coming in together for the finish, for the closer, and getting proper mindset for the playoffs. But right now, crucially, in my opinion, Cat needs to get his brains together, because as is right now, the kid, he's making the most money on the team. You can't even have him out there for the last 5-10 minutes of the game. Forget about that. Even when he's out there on the court, he's a minus player, bro. There's no action there's no positivity there. We're getting minused out every time he's on the court.
Wow. So I got a question, because you brought up a trade. So if we can't get Giannis, because Giannis, he won't man up and ask for a trade. So let's say we can't get him. Is there another trade that we could do that could help us get to the...
It has nothing to do with him manning up. At the end of the day, these guys really, they know they got to get rid of him eventually.
Okay.
So if they can get, in my opinion, Cat, which I don't even think that they want, but at the end of the day, really, they'll take him. They'll take Cat, they'll take probably Mikal and a little kicker, one of the 2-year guys. Okay. Obviously, you don't want to give away, the potential's there, but you got to probably give a little kicker there for sure. And plus, the numbers got to make sense.
Right.
So at the end of the day, it could happen, and it looks like a possibility because from what I understand, Mikal could only be traded on February 1st. So by February 1st, if there's no action, then it ain't happening.
Right, of course. So now, so my last question I want to know. So to bring it back to this 9-game stretch, where are we going to go? We going to go 2-7, 3-6. Where are we going?
So let's say like this. Forget about the teams we were playing. It's just about the mindset right now with the team and Cat and what's going on. Let's say we go 50% of the next 9 games.
Okay.
Right? And then after that, then we got the trade deadline occurs, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So then you got Cat probably coming back to himself. And, you got Brunson ready ripping him to get straight and together. if he's still here.
Right.
And then they start moving in the positive. So then you're looking
There
at
you
about
go.
60% of the rest of the game, maybe 65%.
I like that, man. Great way to end the call. I appreciate you, brother. I got you locked in, all right? So next time you call, I know who's calling. All right. I appreciate you.
Peace.
All right. Yeah, at least the call ended on an optimistic note. You know, I know he's not feeling Cat. A lot of you guys are not feeling Cat. Man, has Karl Anthony Towns become Julius Randle? Oh, Maxine, we might have to talk about that tonight. Has Karl Anthony Towns become Julius Randle? Man. Yeah, I think that's going to be a topic tonight for the Knicks Nocturnal, man. But listen, the call started off rough, but it ended better. He said that, 65%, I'd take that because that's more of a winning record. But, yeah, call up, man. If you want to talk, call up 646. I'll stay on for a little while. This was just a little test show, but if y'all want to continue to call the show going, we can go, let me know what y'all want to do. Listen, y'all might think I'm crazy or I'm not being objective in this moment. I think we could go 7-2. I don't believe the issues in the locker room are nothing that doesn't have to do with losing. I think if they were winning, there would be no issues in the locker room. But when you're losing, Cass is like, why you don't do this? Why you don't do that? And then sometimes guys get defensive. I'm not saying this is what they're doing. I'm just saying I know what losing looks like and how it could bring the worst out of you, and so if this Knicks team was winning, I mean, a lot of people from outside of the Knicks organization said that, this is one of the best chemistry teams in the league. Like Yabu said, he came to New York because he looked at these guys and he felt like they had great chemistry. Jalen Brunson said before he got to the Knicks, the locker room, nobody spoke. Dolan said this is the most cohesive locker room he's ever seen. He's never seen a locker room this more cohesive than the one they got now. So, yeah, I think a lot of it is tied to losing. Because look at their faces when they're winning and look at their faces when they're losing. When they're losing, it looked like, oh, man, they want to be traded. But when they're winning, man, guys jumping up and down, all happy, having too much fun, Josh Hart. Josh Hart has too much fun. But we're not even going to go there. But, yeah, for the most part, I think these guys are, they're cool. I don't think the issues go beyond losing, right? And based on what I've seen, I hadn't seen any reports of team meetings, so as long as that we don't see nothing too crazy with the team meetings, I'm not tripping. Or if we don't see nothing too crazy, quotes, people getting bashed in public, I don't really see that. And also, like, Towns, to me, in the last game, didn't have a bad game. He just didn't have a great game. We needed Towns to have a great game. That's the issue. He had a decent game. He needed to have a great game. That is the problem with Karl Anthony Towns. So yeah, I'm not worried about the chemistry. Because if they go on this win streak, it'll be like nothing ever happened. And also the way Towns is built, like when Mike Brown said what he said, I don't think that created nothing. Towns told Draymond Green, and I forgot to say this last night too, when the brother called up about Towns, when they was getting on Towns. He was getting on the rest of the team for embracing, we call it. Oh, Mellow Mike. Yeah, Mellow Mike, my man Mellow Mike. He was getting on everybody for embracing Draymond Green, but Towns, when had the opportunity to make it a problem, I'm going to say he dropped the ball. I'm going to say he chose love, because when they asked him about the Jordan Wood comments and when she had a death in the family, and then Draymond Green said, oh, he don't believe that. He thinks that Towns is scared of Jimmy Butler. Towns responded in the media, I will respond with love. So if I'm your teammate, that says to me, oh, this ain't no real beef. This ain't no, because if it was a really smoke, I would be like, yo, man, when I see him, I'm going to drop 40 on him. I don't like that dude. Towns didn't say that. Towns said, I'm going to respond with love. So when you say you're going to respond with love and I'm your teammate and I see this, what do you want me to do when I see Draymond? I'm going to respond with love. That's what Towns said. So, yeah, I'm just saying, I don't think the chemistry issues is there, man. I don't. I don't believe that chemistry issues exist outside of them losing. Right? I think the losing has made everything seem sour, but once they get back to their winning ways, it is what it is. You know, they had some games they should have won. They lost. That's basketball, man. But final call for Cole, 6'4". I'll put the banner up just in case you guys don't know the number. 646-995-8389. Call up and let your voice be heard. Make sure Maxine ain't saying nothing. Oh my God! I gotta not peek in the chat. We Zion for Cat. I ain't gonna lie, Zion looking good though. Zion looking good, but that health, bro, I can't trust it. I can't. I can't put no trust in Zion Williamson's health. No trust in Zion Williamson's health at all. Let me see. Gotta fix this lagging issue. But I guess that's all, man. I'm gonna get up out of here, man. If you guys don't got no more calls, I'll see you guys tonight, and we'll tighten up everything to make sure everything is right. A great show as always. I appreciate you guys for rocking with me. Definitely hit the link tree, man. Link tree has everything from self. It has the promo packages. It has the super chats. It has everything. The 82 Nights Journal. I'll see you guys tonight. So make sure you guys check the live section, and if you're not subscribed, subscribe to the channel. Hit that like button. I got a lot in store. I go live every single day, so every day there's something to talk about. Sometimes I do 2 a days. Sometimes some days I might even do 3 a days. But there's always something to talk about, and I just wanted to do an optimistic show for you guys. Showing you some insight as to why I think that we will bounce back and go on a run. And some of you guys, not all of you guys, because a lot of you guys are not easily convinced, but you guys will see that we will get back to our winning ways. That's all I got for you. I'm your host, the Objective Fan. And as always, until next time, let's go Knicks.